Hello guys, my name is Jameer and today I'm going to be doing my first ever video on antinatalism, and this is going to be unscripted, and this is going to be my first video ever on antinatalism, and I may be a little nervous because I've been procrastinating and I've been waiting a long time to do this, but I never had the effort and the energy. But today I finally just said, F it, let's do it. The main thing I'm going to be discussing in this video is on why I think and why most antinatalists think having children is wrong. And I have a list of topics written down. It's not scripted though, it's just a list of topics that I'm going to talk about. And I'm going to explain to anyone watching the video on why I think having children is wrong and why we should be, why humanity should just go extinct. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be talking about is suffering. And I know a lot of antinatalists you've heard or listened to, they talk about suffering. Well, suffering is like the main thing that is like one of the main reasons why we think people should stop procreating and humanity should cease to exist. There are tremendous amounts of suffering through everyone's lifetime. I don't care who you are. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what kind of position you are. You will suffer or be stressed at least once in your lifetime, and it's not good. It doesn't feel good. We all want the world to be a perfect place, some kind of utopia, but we all know it's just never going to be achieved. We all know it's never going to happen, and people just continue to just breed and make more babies, make more children, go through more suffering and stress and live all these decades just to die in the end. And I've always thought to myself, why do people do this? I have lots of family members, even my mother herself, that have went through like lots of stress and depression throughout their entire lifetime, yet they still went on to have children. And I've always thought something was wrong with that. Like, if you have a lot of suffering and stress in your lifetime, why would you want to put that upon another innocent soul? Why would you make another child suffer that? What's the point? I always ask my mother, what was the point of having me, knowing that I was going to probably go through a lot of the same things you did? And she always just tells me the old generic, oh, I put you here for a reason and I love you. But if you really loved me, you wouldn't have had me or given me the chance to go through this. You would have left me in my non-existence. Like, the amount of stress, depression, and all the pain and all the problems with life that I went throughout my lifetime, it all could have been avoided if you never gave birth to me. Like, what was the point? Like, the entire life cycle itself is just dumb to me. Here's the average life. Well, I can't speak for all over the world, but here's the average life in America. Your parents, they get horny one night, they fuck, they have you, then they raise you. Childhood is not that bad, and during your childhood, you get to play with your friends, whatever. You have a lot of fun during your childhood. Then, when you get to school, the shit gets serious. Your parents want you to have good grades and all that BS. You struggle and go through stress and bad relationship with friends and partners throughout high school stuff. More stress, more homework, more work. Then you're pressured to keep advancing your career, like go to college and stuff like that. And even if you do go to college, that's just more stress, more homework, more work. And then you get a job, work that job for the rest of the life until you die. And you're also pressured by your peers and your family to, get married, have children. Well, guess what? I'm never doing that. I'm never making a soul go through this shit. This is disgusting. The whole life cycle is disgusting. And I live in America. This is a privileged country, and my life is still shit. So I can't imagine what life is like for people over in Middle East or Africa or Asia, any of those places. I have no idea what their life is like on average, but I'm pretty sure It's not any better. Another thing I wanted to talk about is, if you are deciding to have a child, you must be completely aware that your child could be a witness or a victim to the crazy, outrageous tragedies in this world, or they could be the one committing them. For example, like, let's say the basics: murder, rape, depression, child abuse, child molestation. In some parts of the world, sex trafficking, prostitution, torture, public executions. It never ends. Racism, war, discrimination, mass shootings, school shootings, bombings, terrorist attacks. It's so many. Like, in some parts of the world, there are literally people being held as slaves and sex slaves, and they're just forced to do it. I can't live or have a child and let them live knowing that shit is going on around the world. That's evil. Why would I want someone to witness that? No human wants to hear or see or read about another human getting hurt or beat or tortured or killed. It's ridiculous. Why would someone want to put a child into this? We can't even act right. Humans are disgusting. And even if you lived in a privileged country like I do, that doesn't mean you shouldn't care about those things. I may not see those things, but the fact that I know it happens, it just disgusts me. It makes me angry. I've seen videos of this shit online. Like, whenever I see videos like this online where I see people beating babies or chopping off dogs' tails or beheading a human or someone just getting shot up and obliterated, it makes me so angry, and there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. I have seen countless videos online that I didn't intentionally want to watch them. People just shared them. People get like executed and whipped and tortured, and the ones that when people hurt animals, oh, it grinds my gears. It makes me so angry. The animal cannot defend itself. Some can, but the ones I've seen is like people torturing dogs and cats and ducks and shit like that, like, and birds. Like, what are you messing with an animal for? Want to know why humans do this and record it? For the sole purpose that they think it's funny or fun or it's going to get them some likes on the internet. It's psychotic. Why do people do this shit? Why do you have the animal is a living thing? Another human is a living thing. Why do you have to hurt these people and animals? I would never put a child in this world knowing that they're going to see or witness that. Oh yeah, another thing I wrote, I said witness or victim to tragedies. Another thing I wanted to discuss is commit. Yes, your child that you want to have so bad could potentially do this shit. Like you never know. You could have a child. Your child could grow up to be a fucking terrorist or an animal abuser or a child molester or I don't know. Any of the things I mentioned, your child could be the one doing those things. You never know. You could say all you want. Oh, I'm not going to raise my child to be like that. Well, the shit could still happen. You're not inside your child's head every day. Like, I've seen humans get thrown off roofs. I've seen humans get set on fire. Animals get set on fire. I have seen videos of people getting stoned. Like, it just makes me wonder, why do people do this shit to people? It's their life, and just because they do something you don't like, you really gotta hurt them that bad? Or they could literally do nothing. For example, the animals. The animals ain't doing shit, and you're gonna torture them for fun? What will be the only reason they will be recording the shit for? They think it's fun, they think it's funny, or they think it's sending some type of threat or message. That shit makes you look like an asshole. Why would you do such a thing? When I seen a video of a dog getting set on fire and Or in the other one I seen the other day, where it was a video of this kid. He held the dog's head on the ground and started bashing the top of his head. When the dog stood up, a whole pool of blood just came out of his mouth. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Why do people do this shit, man? But yet people still want to have children. Yay, let's have more children so people can just do this shit again and again and again until it never ends. It's never going to end. As long as people have children, it's never going to end. I don't understand why people want to continue the human race. Yeah, we've made a lot of we've made a lot of progress in terms of technology and making life a little bit more livable, but the world and life itself is still disgusting. Want to know what makes it disgusting? The humans. The humans are the only thing that make this world terrible. This video is getting kind of long, so I might have to make it into 2 parts. But next topic. I wanted to talk about the reason, like, I'm not going to give a number because I know it's probably going to be wrong and it would just be me guessing, but I say a good number of every single child on this planet was most likely the result of unprotected sex and lust. Yeah, I know there are some families that intentionally get pregnant to have a child and to raise it for some reason. I don't know, maybe to suffer for decades. But anyways, a lot of children born on this earth are the result of unprotected sex and lust. What I mean by that is basically your mom and your dad one day, they partying or whatever, going from the club, doing dumb shit. Then they talk for a couple weeks, then they fuck, and then they don't use protection, and like, here, 9 months later, you're here. Did they mean to have you? No, but they had sex, and you were the result. They didn't want to use any protection. They didn't want to get an abortion, and now you're here to live the same shit that they went through. To live the same, not the exact same life, but the average human life, you know. Bunch of suffering, misery, depression, and just crime, and everything about this world is bad, man. Like, if you're gonna have unprotected sex, at least get an abortion. If you, like, I know you're not intending to have a child, so you get the abortion, but like, no, they'd be like, no, I think this child is here for a reason, and they're gonna be something great. Guess what? You need a reality check. Your child isn't gonna be shit. Alright? Everybody has all these delusions. I'm not gonna say it's impossible. You could get rich, you could get famous, you could have a mostly happy life, but I'd say at least 8 times out of 10, no, at least 9 times out of 10, no, 9.5 times out of 10, that shit ain't gonna happen. You ain't gonna be rich, you ain't gonna be famous, you're gonna live the same life as everybody that surrounds you. You're gonna grow up, go to school, maybe college, work for a job for decades, probably have children of your own, like a dumbass, and then you're gonna fucking die. Piece of shit. I am sick and tired of people sugarcoating life. You're not gonna be anybody important. There's a chance you could, but the chances are very, very, very slim. Like, I'm talking about less than 0, like a decimal or something. Those are your chances of actually being something, having a very successful and to the least of suffering in life. Those are your chances. Parents always tell their children that I want you to be better than me. Like, they want their child to be more successful than them. But that cycle never ends. Your child isn't going to be any better than you. Maybe even worse. Who knows? Just stop telling them these lies. It's not true. Your children will not be nothing more than you. They're going to grow up. They're going to... I've explained it like 3 times in this video already. They're going to grow up, go to school, have kids, probably most likely from unprotected sex and lust, because they're going to be horny and shit. That child's going to repeat the same process, it's never gonna fucking end. There are some really, really important topics I still want to talk about, but this video is getting really long, so I'm going to put that in the part 2 of this video. This video is going to be in 2 parts, so if you want to hear the rest of the what I have to talk about, there's going to be a second video coming up on my channel. So yeah, thank you for watching. It's probably going to be mostly antinatalists watching this, but if you are one, share it if you want. And peace. Have a good day.